not having a very cash money day today. Um, Nothing is going right. Uh, the everything crashed on me, like everything. And then when it booted back up, the webcam wouldn't work. So we are back for I think the third time I've tried to restart this. But it's kind of a blessing in disguise because now I cut out a lot of the filler. I know what I'm going to draw. So let's get this fucking done. The iPad is hooked up. I am. The iPad is not showing up. Oh my god, what is going on? I wish I was smarter. I really do. There we go. iPad is showing up. Uh, alright. Good god. Let's get started. Um, So, again, none of the last 15 minutes or whatever I just did ever was recorded. So basically, the long and the short of it is today I'm just doing some freestyle stuff. I took a little time to figure out what I wanted to draw. I just came to the conclusion that I'm going to draw Death from Sandman. We're going to use this model. I am going to change her pretty drastically because I don't really care for her hair. I don't. I like her overall aesthetic, obviously, but I don't really. I'm gonna change it around a bit. It's more fun to change shit anyway. We're gonna go with the pencil. Been having a lot of fun using the pencil lately. Um, it's kind of a nice go between the brushes that I usually use and like a harder line pen. So yeah, let's get started. And if anyone is actually watching this later on and I see really agitated, it's because like nothing is going right today. I've had to restart this stream like 3 times, and it's very frustrating. And I am also not known for my patience. I am not a patient person. And I also am the kind of person that like gets to a certain point that I'm like, fuck it, I don't care anymore. I'm done. You know, go like move on to the next battle. You know what I mean? But trying my best to get some content on this channel. Try to make it so like you have something to look at, and then I'm trying to build up a little library. Obviously it's slow going right now, but you never know. Keep at it. Hopefully, I can get some eyeballs on it. I don't know what it is about like the hat, like the 3/4 turned, um, both eyes kind of going like this, but I draw it like all the time. It is my comfort zone. I don't I don't know why I like it so much, but I draw it all the time. Like I mean 3/4 view is always the better drawing angle anyway. Anyone will tell you that drawing something like straight on is the most boring way to draw something. Not that it's easy. I mean it's very, there's plenty of like amazing straight on drawings, but like I don't know. I feel like that like tilt is a more I don't know what the word would be. It's a more desirable angle to have. Um, but yeah, anyway. So yeah, we're still drawing death. And I'm not really sure what I want to do with her hair yet. Like I don't want to do it the way that it's here, but probably not too dissimilar to it. And again, just, it's like I'm a broken record, but the uh the starting sketch, nah, I'm not too keen on detail. I mean, I just want to get everything kind of where I want it to be. And like kind of figure out where this drawing is going to take me. Still showing up, so that's a plus for today. That we're still that I'm still live, that I'm still fucking on here for some goddamn reason. Um, Also, I'm not on Facebook right now because apparently my account is restricted from going live. I have no idea why. Oh, well, if you've watched this channel for any amount of time, you know what I just did. I drew on the wrong goddamn layer because I'm a fucking moron. So now we're gonna see if I can just take this layer. I think I can do this. I think I can take this layer. No, no, I can't. Okay. All right. Well, time to start over. What more would I expect from today's stream besides completely boogering up the entire thing today? All right, new layer. I need like I need to like create some kind of like macro where if I start drawing on the wrong layer like an alarm goes off or something. Um cuz God, I'm so bad at that. I think it's cuz obviously in this environment it's because I'm rushing and I'm trying to do too much at once and I'm, annoyed that the stream has gone so fucking haywire today. But I mean, other than that, it's because I'm an idiot and I fucking don't pay close enough attention to things. I just want to get things finished, and I rush. I rush. I rush. I rush. And I mean, there's no probably about it. I shouldn't rush. There's no need to rush. But I have this weird sort of, I don't even know. It's like a fucking tick. It's like a mental tick where I always feel like I'm behind and I always feel like I have to like get things finished quicker than I am. Like I don't really know how to describe it. And I never feel like I have enough time to do anything, which isn't true. It's completely in my head. I mean, I have like right now I have nothing but time. I have nowhere to be and it's kind of crazy to think like, oh, well, you don't have any time. It's like, well, yeah, I have plenty of time, but I never feel like it. Again, it's a mental thing. I wish I could just get rid of my stupid ass brain. We need to get to like the cyberpunk thing. I just need just like a whole new consciousness. Ego death sounds like pretty fantastic to me, to be honest. If I could just like do like a hard reset, that would be just fine. And yeah, philosophically speaking, I would be killing myself, but I mean, that's also really not that bad. I mean, no big loss. I mean, I'd still be alive. I'd probably be much more pleasant. Like like a Mark II version of me would probably be like a lot more fun to be around. I don't know why I am like really struggling with this nose. It's because I'm not trying to draw the model's nose. I'm trying to draw like my own nose. And I feel like this is also stupid, but this is something that I go through a lot. I feel like I kind of draw the same nose over and over and over again. But like if you look at most like comic book artists, they kind of definitely they get into their habits of drawing kind of the same things over and over and over again. And that's fine. I mean, they're better artists than I am, and it's like that's not a big deal. Not everything has to be like wholly unique every single time you draw it. But god damn it, I want it to be. I also don't know, like, I guess I want to have her smile. Like, she's usually pretty happy in the comics. So we'll have her smile, I guess. It's always kind of like, that's her whole bit, is that she's sort of like, or not really her whole bit, but like you'd expect, death is always, presented as this dour, terrifying thing, but she's, almost like this like elfin kind of presence. Maybe the best character in the series. If You could definitely argue that. Definitely, probably my favorite character that Neil Gaiman ever came up with. I don't know if it's Gaiman or Gaiman. I've been saying Gaiman for years, but it's probably Gaiman because I say everyone's name wrong. Her lips just seem off to me, and I don't know why. All right, and put in her cheek lines. Is this some classic ass fucking like Andrew Loomis style fucking blocking in right here? I love mentioning all these great artists when I'm drawing. It's like, yeah, yeah, I'm channeling them. Yeah. But if you don't know Andrew Loomis, you should know him because that dude was the man. If you like comic books and you're into Alex Ross, there wouldn't be an Alex Ross if there wasn't an Andrew Loomis. Like Andrew Loomis was the guy, and the nice thing about Andrew Loomis is that you can get all of his books are in the public domain, so you can legally download all of his books for free. Um, I got so obsessed with the man, I ended up buying all of them because I wanted to have the hardbacks. But there's some of the best tools that you can have as an illustrator. Like I can't even like put into words like how much I've been inspired by him and strive to. I mean, obviously, I'm not even a fraction of his that guy's level, but I mean, he's amazing. Also, his books have a very interesting way of like, I don't know, a lot of like, what would you call it? A lot of like educational art texts are kind of, I don't know, they struggle to be. They're trying to teach you something. They're trying to be educational, obviously, but they're not a lot of fun, and they kind of suck the fun out of drawing. And Loomis had a way of writing where, I mean, he writes about some complex, you know, illustration kind of laws, but he manages to make it like still fun and insightful. And I am like a huge fan of the guy. We need to make her head smaller. I just realized that like her head is taking up the entire page. So I wanted to draw her onks. Well, I really don't want to draw her onks because I always draw them really bad. But we need to use some computer magic and make her face smaller so we can get more of her body in there. I think that'll be all right. In there, I'm sure there are some fucking well, not here. They're not going to be watching this, but there's definitely a few people that I've met in my life that'd be like, ah, you can move it around, you can do this, that. That's not drawing. You got a plan. It's like, okay. I mean, it's just a tool. I mean, I could have started this all fucking over again, but kind of don't want to have the ability to change something. I'm just gonna change it. I'm not gonna sit there and bemoan the fact that I don't have to like physically erase it and move it. I don't know. I've never been one of those people. It's like, oh yeah, not even really drawing. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, what are you talking about? Shut the fuck up. It just I don't understand. I don't know. It's just it's just like in any other hobby. I have no idea what I'm doing with her fucking hair. By the way, I'm like drawing out lines, and I'm like, I think because I am like so terribly predictive. I think we are just going to give her bangs. Does she ever had bangs in the comics? I do not think so. I don't know. Um, no, let's not give her. I draw everybody with fucking like huge front bangs because I'm just a fucking dweeb. But we are gonna give her like shortish hair. I'll give her like a goddamn Mary Tyler Moore haircut. What was I saying? I was talking about fucking people that want to shit on people that draw stuff digital. They're like, oh, you just trace that or blah 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 blah. It's like, well, like I feel like people just, especially like in hobbies or in anything, you're gonna find people that are just like they just need to figure out why they're better than you, and they just want to brag on people. It's just kind of gross. It's just like just let people fucking enjoy things. If somebody wants to fucking if somebody wants to sit around and trace everything they draw and put up on an Instagram page, then let them. Who cares? Don't like their posts. Like, who gives a shit? Why does it matter to you? Like, who cares? I mean, honestly. And I mean, I guess you can make the argument. Well, it's like, well, they dilute the market because they're not putting in as much effort, and it's just like, well, I don't buy that either because I mean, there's more to fucking even if you go through and traced every line out of out of a photo or a drawing, if you go back and color it in and you go back and fucking have to shade it and all that other shit, like there's more to it than just the line work. And I think I said this on another stream, but like, line work is like one of the least like in fucking painting they basically encourage you to fucking copy the fucking photo like in its entirety because the line work in a fucking painting is not even that important. Like that's just the basis from where you start off from. So it's no different. But again, like just fucking I don't know, man. People just need to just chill the fuck out. Like who cares? If you don't like something, just fucking ignore it. If you if you're worried about the fucking I don't know the sanctity of the fucking internet art scene or whatever. Like, then get a fucking life. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't have a fucking life, but like, goddamn, man. Like, there has to be there has to be more important things to worry about than like what some 17-year-old kid does on his iPad. Like, I don't care. It's already coming together. See, I was gonna get this eventually. Now the moment of truth is when I have to draw this stupid onks. And again, I'm probably saying it wrong, but this shape has tormented me. It looks like a little man going, "Help me!" I don't like. It's because like I think the circle is like oblong that like throws me off. It's like this, and then the cross, and then it like expands out like that, something like that. I don't know. Again, this is just the sketch. That's not horrible. It's not great. It's not horrible. All right, let's get to fucking doing the fucking shit with the shit. Let's let's start to draw for real now. Um, add a new layer. I feel like I want to go back to like actually like a comic book inky. I want to try. There's an inker in here that does like that adds like a canvas kind of feel to the brush. There it is. The Canvas Inker. Let's try that. I think that'll give it kind of a weird sort of vibe. I feel like Sandman had kind of like a weird vibe. Like it always used a lot of like watercolory and collage kind of stuff. So hopefully just the addition of this weird textured brush might help it stand out a little bit more. Maybe. Or it'll just suck. Made her eyes like kind of especially big. I didn't really want to. I don't mean, I shouldn't mean, I didn't want to. I didn't fucking intend it, and I kind of like it now. I'm gonna kind of live with it, because I think it looks kind of cool. Gonna do the classic, I don't feel like drawing both of her eyebrows trick of just drawing her hair down past her fucking eyebrow. Um, if anybody ever needs time saving fucking tricks to cheat your drawing, just send me DM me, because I am that's like my specialty, is to just fucking try to get it as much done as fast as possible, and try to make it look like it took some effort, but it didn't. Very easy. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's a good little trick. Also, it looks better. I don't know. It's cool, and like your hair, like it's dramatic. You know, naturally your hair falls in all kinds of ways. You don't want it all just like pinned back, so you get to see all your dumb face. Uh, there's gonna come a day when I'm not gonna wear a hat to this, and I'm actually gonna like do my hair to do a stream, and that'll be the day when I have like 10 people in here or something. Because it's funny, I almost never wear hats um IRL, but you know, I think that unfortunately I have a haircut right now that looks fucking stupid if there's no stuff in it. So the hat stays on. It is my cool Nostromo hat though. Can you see that? Oh, it's blurring it because yeah, I love this hat because I love aliens. I got this at Monster Mania like a month ago. It was really cool. Pallbearer Press is the people that sold me this hat. They're on Instagram. Check them out. All right, so we got one eye down, and typically, people have two eyes. Some people don't. No judgment. You only got one eye. You only need one eye. You're good. You're probably bumping into walls all the time because you got no depth perception. But I'll help you out. You know what? Like bumping into shit is kind of cool too. Like that's a cool ass like I don't know. If you're in a room and you saw some guy like that like knew his shit, was like walking around, had a lot of confidence, and he bumped into a wall, you'd be like, shit, is that like the new thing? Am I supposed to be bumping into walls? You probably started a trend before you even knew it. What I'm trying to say is that bumping into walls is fucking sweet as hell. Oh, I know what I want to do. So, how do I say this? She has sometimes she's drawn with this like I think it's called like a raven eye. It's like this eyeliner that kind of goes around her eye. I'm gonna try to draw that. This cosplayer kinda has it, but kinda doesn't. It's like she's got the little symbol there, but she doesn't have the full on eye thing. I don't feel like trying to pull up exactly what I'm talking about, so I'm gonna just try to wing it. Feel like this is kind of close to it. Feel like I probably should. I feel like it like goes down like past her like cornea, not cornea, her tear duct. What is that? Not, I'm not a fucking doctor, okay? I can barely read, and I don't do math. None of these things are what doctors do, but you get the idea. I'm trying to tell you that I'm stupid. I also feel like that one eye is slightly too close. I can't tell. We're gonna leave it. I am gonna try to kind of. Oh yeah, it would help if I put this other piece of hair down so I knew what I was working with. Yeah, that's close enough. I feel like it looks something similar to that. I spent the whole. Oh well, I actually didn't, but I spent the first part of the stream that I think got lost to time because the stream crashed. How I always feel kind of uncomfortable without reference, even when I don't really stick to it that much. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, it kills me that I've seen her eyeliner thing a billion times and I can't think of what it fucking looks like. I think I know what it looks like, but I can't. I don't know what it looks like, and it's driving me insane. Ugh. But again, I don't feel like going through and finding it, so we're just gonna go with it. Um, and I am just thankful to the great Lord Satan that the stream hasn't crashed again. I am disappointed though that I don't think I use my cool. I like the ending screen too. I had nothing to do with any of that stuff. I mean, I set it up, but that's all fucking Streamlabs, like the pro thing or whatever. But it looks great. I love it. You don't have to fucking do any work. Like I couldn't get that shit to look like that. You could pay me. you could sit me down in front of you 8 hours a day. I would never be able to get it to look that cool. So whoever did that, big ups to you. You did a great job. All right, now we get the finer details, like her eyebrows, and I gave her like a kind of a cartoony look, which honestly, like, I don't know. I've said it, everything, everything that I've said 1,000 times. But I kind of try to find the drawing a lot of times, especially like I don't know something like this, where I'm trying to riff and I'm just trying to like see what happens with what I want to do. Like I don't really want to be like, well, it needs to be more realistic or it needs to be this or that. Like I'd rather just kind of let it flow and see what it looks like. And I mean, maybe that's how you develop your own style. I get that question all the time. Like somebody asked me that 2 weeks ago at Comic Con. They were like a kid. They're like 15 or something. They're just starting out drawing, and they're like, "How do you develop your own style?" And I'm over here like I don't even like I can't even define. I mean, I have a lot of work. I see it all the time, so I don't know what my style is. I mean, if you showed me, I mean, I know what he means. If you showed me a drawing by Frank Miller, by Jim Lee, and by Neil Adams, you wouldn't even have to tell me that, like, you wouldn't have to tell me whose is whose because I would be able to point them out. And I'm 1,000 comic book fans are exactly the same way. Like, it's one of the things where, I mean, or go to whatever you like. If you showed me a Goya painting compared to a fucking Van Gogh, obviously I could tell you the difference between the two. It's the same idea. Like, I understand what he means about a style, but I don't think it's something you can like think of in like those terms and be like, I'm gonna draw this and this is gonna be my style. I mean, maybe. I feel like subconsciously, the more you work and the more you put down, your tendencies are just gonna start coming back, and I guess that's your style. Like the shit you end up doing, the weird shit you end up doing. The fact that I always line up an eye slightly up, no matter what I fucking do. That, I guess, is my style. The fact that I'm kind of sloppy, even in Procreate, I guess that's kind of my style. I don't know. I never really spent a lot of time thinking about it, to be honest. I just like I'm always concerned about, well, does it look good? Does it look and I don't even like to say good. I'm like, does it even look like halfway decent? Is it something that I can say, yeah, it looks all right. That's all I've ever worried about. I did a dune drawing yesterday and then I posted to Instagram, and when I finished it, I really liked it, and then I like looked at it after I posted it, I was like, ugh, it's really stiff. Like I didn't use like an existing image. I took a bunch of different images and then I kind of pasted them together and I kind of drew from that. And like I look at it now and I'm like, ugh, kind of regret posting it, but I don't know. You just got to get to a point where it's like, it's fine. That looks okay. And then sometimes you'll actually stick to that opinion. Probably not most, but sometimes. And we are going to draw her little eye thing, which I'm pretty sure it's the only goddamn reason I had this reference up, because as you can tell, I didn't really use it at all. Oh, I need to see the fucking onks. Well, here's the moment of truth. Uh, maybe later on I will put a drum roll in there. There's got to be a sound effects board in Stream Labs. I need like a Fred the what's that guy on Howard Stern? Fred the sound effects guy. I need like sound effects. So maybe like awooga, reggaeton horn, fart, all the hits, all the sounds you love. I mean, I don't think that sketch of the red line sketch of the fucking. We're also gonna put some hair here because it looks kind of weird that it just kind of drops off. So I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do a little break in there. That looks stupid. Don't worry, that'll make sense in a second when I start coloring in her hair, and then maybe like a. I don't know what the official word for what I'm trying to accomplish here is, but I always thought of it as like Art Nouveauing the hair, because you give the illusion that there's like these breaks in it. Again, it'll make more sense once it's colored in. Um, but yeah, I actually really like her face. I think that her face came out really cool, and I'm not just saying that. Like I feel like I've been trying to get looser. Like I'm trying to get less like rigid. I'm very like slavish sometimes to trying to get like a likeness right. And I feel like in most cases, like if I just kind of loosen up, I think I'll get a pretty pleasant face and not, worry so much about getting everything right. And like I said before, this is again like take a shot every time I say that. I wasn't, this isn't the most realistic thing possible, but I think the face came out really nice. This is a rare moment on stream or in real life where I'm actually giving myself sort of a compliment. One thing that does need to be changed is the necklace needs to actually connect to the thing. I had it where I don't know, it was like looped through the big hole, which is kind of dumb. Why the hell would your necklace be looped through a big hole in the middle of it? That wouldn't even sit right. It would be like like what? I mean, it's a drawing. It doesn't have to make sense, but it probably should. All right, here it comes. Let's see what we can do with this stupid onk. I think it's called an onk. If you're like if they're, do people still practice like Egyptian religions? I mean, I'm sure they do. Ugh, I already fucked it up. Oh, I hate drawing this thing. All right, there's your big loop. It's kind of crooked. This is this is where I should have probably gotten rid of the goddamn the outline, because I feel like I'm going too hard on that outline when I should just kind of be riffing on it. All right, that's not bad. That looks like kind of an onk. I still think that the top part, it also kind of looks like Kenny from South Park. Like the the top this I don't know how to describe this, but like there are certain shapes that just I I have like this mental like block on, and there's something about that fucking shape that just gets me every time, and we are going to get rid of this reference. We don't need it anymore. But yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and say that looks fine. It looks like what it's supposed to look like. Now we just needed to draw in her fucking shoulders. Notice that I have purposely hidden her most of her shoulder line behind her hair. Again, because I'm very lazy. And of course, now that I got rid, she had like shoulder straps. I want to say. I feel like that's usually what she has. So that would go all the way down like this. Now we get to color her in. Rid of the red line. I don't know. I think the acrylic the acrylic liner, the problem with it is it gave me too chunky of a line that I really wasn't looking for. Like I feel like in her eye especially, like it looks kind of chunky and weird. Definitely the one eye looks goofy. We can fix that. Mm, meh. Yeah. All right. That's fine. All right, let's color her in. Now her skin in the comic is like kind of like pancakey. It's always kind of whitish. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna color in that inserted piece of paper some kind of neutral tone, so that way we can actually give her face some texture. Because obviously white on white doesn't work too well. Um, let's just use the same brush because it does get pretty big, and we'll just start coloring in her hair. Now, usually when I do black hair, I like to leave like a lot of breaks. Like I can't, of course, now it's like, oh, there's nowhere to break, but I like to leave. Actually, let's do this a different way. Usually, when I do black hair, I like to leave breaks like kind of like that, where there's like these little fine lines. Usually, what I try to do is like start a point and then go back to it, kind of like that. And then I don't know if we're gonna do that here, but usually what I do, if I have a fucking ever finish a thought, what I want to do is you leave those breaks in there, and then I go back with like a blue, and that way it's still black, but it doesn't just look like a big mass of black. It gives it a little bit more dimension. It's an old comic book trick. If you look at almost any time, especially in like the early days, if you look at like really any comic that had a character with like black hair, think like Betty from fucking Archie or Black Panther's suit, like it's mostly blue. It's not actually black, because if you just colored it all black, it would just be a big black, blob, and there's no definition in it. So if you go in and you put in a different tone, it adds a different level to what you're looking at. Um, that's definitely something I owe to comic books, because I would, it's something that's like you say it out loud and you're like, oh, that sounds pretty simple, but when you're actually drawing it, it's sometimes that kind of stuff doesn't come to you naturally like you would think. But yeah, I'm just leaving some breaks. Actually, what we might do, I think I might just leave it like this natural gray color. Kind of like the way her hair is kind of falling into that. I think I said it before, but the nice thing about these brushes is you get these really nice like brush edges. So that also adds to the level of like depth to what you're doing. These little brush edges are so nice and so do such a good job of replicating like if you were actually doing this with a real fucking brush pen. Like it's fantastic. But it leaves you with these little pockets. That's why I'm talking about, like not going like completely hard in to add a little curl. She's always drawn like the Chris Bocello, or however you say his name, way. Her hair is always like kind of curly. I think his name is Chris Bocello. He drew Death, the High Cost of Living, which if you've never read, I highly recommend. It is fucking brilliant. Yeah, I'm actually really really happy with how her hair is coming out. Like that's definitely one thing that I mean it kind of goes with the whole like just go with the flow of your drawing. Like if I had any one piece of advice, like just try to like see how things work, and especially if you're working digitally, there's no reason why you just can't experiment and experiment, experiment and experiment. Like obviously if you're working with like real pen and paper, it's kind of tough. And it definitely, like, I've gone through so much where it's like, well, I try something and you fuck up and you can't erase a bunch of ink as much as you want to. So, um, just experiment, just try and try and try. Buy cheap paper if you're just starting out. Buy like, you can go to Michael's and they sell those like XL sketchbooks. Just buy as much paper as you want. Just keep fucking, just throw everything at it. See what you like. Keep rolling with it. Um, yeah, experimentation is key, man. Experimentation is the name of the game. Like I like love trying out new things. It's one of the reasons why I really really taken to this digital thing, because you know, I mean, you saw all of the goddamn brushes that I have. Like, all of those are basically like their own tool set. So, just the idea of being able to jump into all that is awesome to me. Like, the fact that it's like having like a toy box. It's like, oh, I can try all these things. Like, at one point, maybe tomorrow, I wanted to do an actual like painting in here because I wanted to do live painting, but I needed to get a second camera. But I was trying to do like a painting in Procreate, which I've done to varying degrees of success. It still feels like drawing to me. But my point is that you can even like you don't even need to do what I did and buy all these sets. Like it comes preloaded with so much different stuff, and it's just so much fun to just try everything and experiment, experiment, experiment. Never stop trying new shit. That's a good rule to live by. I feel like if you fucking stop trying new shit, you get really boring. And I think we're gonna leave the top of her head like that. I think it kind of works. I don't know. I feel like I'm like at a crossroads here. You either need to do something like this, like well, not like that, but like you either need something to kind of go in the middle between like the white outline at the top and the. I feel like that looks kind of silly. See if we can put some more like fine lines in there. I don't know. I think it looks pretty good. Just like I think that looks pretty good by itself. We'll say that there's needs to be evened out a little bit, like over here. I don't know. This is one of those like editorial decisions where it's like I feel like I'll make the wrong one no matter what. What you doing, Helen? Did you go eat some dinner? You still wait for me to get done? Actually, yeah, that does look better with I don't know. I'm sure that you know, in some reality where I didn't color in the top of her hair, that's the drawing that gets like professional attention and everybody loves it and then I become a professional artist. If only I didn't add that one fucking little area of black. My whole life would have been changed. Record scratch. Oh wow. Life is full of fucking consequences. Why? What are you? What? I can't remember what these lines were supposed to represent, so we're taking them out because I don't think oh, I think that was her original like shoulder lines, but we're taking these out because they don't look right and they're confusing the shit out of me. She's a little like head heavy, I'll be honest. Like she's kind of like if you panned out, like if I actually, I feel like she's like this tall, but it kind of works. I'm not hating this. All right, let's do some shading and then, oops, then we'll be done. And then I will be making some fucking spaghetti or something. I don't know. I got a bunch of food, but I don't know what I'm cooking. So, if you care about what I'm cooking, fucking, text me or something. I don't know. I can't remember what kind of noodles I have. I have like meatballs and sauce, and I was gonna make some sort of pasta, but I don't remember what kind of noodles I have, so we'll see what happens. I think upon further inspection, I think I'm going to change this a little bit. I like it, but I feel like it doesn't need to go to a point like that. I think it looks kind of dumb. I liked my initial idea. It made sense when the other side of her head, or other side of her hair, was more down. I don't know what I'm saying. It looks weird that one side of her head is fucking like lopsided. Really need to do. Hopefully that my rattling mic stand isn't fucking going off. Like I can hear it like crazy, but hopefully Nvidia is taking care of that for me. But it is very annoying to me. But I dare not touch it because yet another one of my crappy setup problems is that my mic cable, the XLR cable, I think they're called, is shitty as hell and bent. So if I move it, it will disconnect the microphone and we will probably force another crash. And who wants that? Not when we're so close. I feel like it's missing something. I need to take some of these edges out. All right, let's do some shading. We're gonna stick with the same brush. This is gonna be a one brush banger here. Just gonna keep on with the same thing. Since this is a tone background, what I like to do is usually I pull a multiplier layer, and then I will literally just pull the color up of the background. You can't see my finger on the screen, but I'm just pulling it from that. So now, and I have to adjust this sometimes, but now you have a pretty good like neutral color that I can use to shade. I do it on like everything. It's just easier than picking like another gray or whatever, like whatever you're working with. Like if you have like an orange, it works with any color except for white, obviously, but like it works and it gives you like a nice neutral tone that you can play with in shadow. And again, like if you're doing more of like a illustrative type thing, like it works pretty well. We'll probably make her eyes a different color than the shading. I think that looks kind of better when you do that. She's got like she she looks like somebody that would be very interested in like dating Danny Way before he got like old and fat, when he was like heading the Black Parade or whatever. And I mean, good for her. I want to rag on that song, like the fucking Black Parade song, and like My Chemical Romance in general, but like no lie, they're a pretty good band actually. I'm old enough where they came in the tail end of like what was like not for me music anymore. And I think because of that, like I sort of instantly resented them and like emo music in general. But like they were a pretty solid band. I think I was just upset that I wasn't a youth anymore, and that there was new musical trends that weren't aimed at me. And it's funny because now we will make the Ankh the same. Now I'll make the Ankh a different color. We need to make her lips an interesting color. We'll make her lips and her eyes the same color. We'll do like a pewter gray. Watch it look exactly like the other gray. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Oh, it's the fucking opacity is turned down. You always gotta remember about your damn opacity. Opacity and the Sundance Kid coming soon to a theater near you. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Tip your bartenders. Yeah, that's a cool shade. I think that looks pretty cool. Again, a little bit better than if you just went. You could just go back and do this in black. Plenty of times she's been kind of shown to have like black lips, black lipstick. But I prefer having the toned look. And I'm coloring this whole thing in, but I am gonna go back and put like I left in that big. So this big white area here is where I'm gonna put like a big white circle. But I'm gonna color it in for now because I like to have the white kind of stand on top of everything else. Put little tear duct things in. And what else? What else? Oh, the fucking onk. Onks. I don't know. I don't know what the hell the fucking thing is called. Believe it symbolizes eternal life. I don't know. I think it does. I don't know. I'm not up on my Egyptian mythology. Cyrus and like the other guy and the fucking other dude and that guy, all those guys. I don't know about none of those guys. I don't know much about Western religion, let alone fucking Egyptian religion. Unless you put it in a God of War game where like Kratos is killing all those gods, then I know them all. Cause I'm a fucking pleb. I'm a fucking American asshole that doesn't know anything. All right, now that's basically it. Let's put. I feel like I'm missing maybe some shadow over here for her arms and stuff because it's coming from her hair. Eh. Um, Now we just put in the white and we are done. And just in time for dinner. I am fucking rolling right now. I through all these fucking problems, I'm just managed to get this done in a decent amount of time. That is way too big. Something I have never heard in my life. Put multiple little white streaks in there. This is a anime thing. I don't know why I always like it. I just think it looks cool. Like, it's the light reflecting off your eye, obviously, but like why you have like multiple ones, I just think it looks cool. I like it. Um, Gonna give her like some highlights on her lips too. Makes her lips look glossy. So, if you're gonna die, your ass better have some glossy fucking lips. Make her cross a little glossy. Got that cross gloss. Say that 3 times fast. I think we're done. Unless, what does it look like if I put? Let's just go down hypothetical lane. What does it look like if I put some fucking color in her hair? It looks bad. So no, we're not doing that. We're leaving it this way. It's done. Oh, you know what I could do? Let's let's give her let's give her a skin tone. Why not? Why not? We're ahead of schedule, right? See what overlay looks like. Overlay is a finicky little bitch, and I hate using it because I never know what the hell it's gonna give me. Um, I'm sure like if people are more fucking Procreate savvy than I am, they like laugh at me because I don't know what I'm doing. But like, I feel like in general, the way that I wrap my head around overlay to multiply layers is that multiply is for darker colors and that overlay is for lighter colors. But I swear to God, it just sometimes it just doesn't want to help me at all. It just fucking we're gonna change brushes on this one. This is not gonna. I lied, and this is not going to be a one brush banger. This is going to be a two brush banger. So I only hope that you can forgive me for my lies. We're also going to put this layer underneath the shading layer so I don't mess up all the shading that I just did. I mean, realistically, I should have done this before, but I'm real stupid. Yeah, there we go. We're going to lighten this up. And yeah, I think making her like weird and ghostly works. Again, she's ethereal. I think it works. Maybe lighten it a little more, actually. The opacity, I mean. This is a an air the this is just a stock Procreate airbrush brush. I like it. It's good for skin and hair. Very soft. Also kind of gives, I mean, like a real airbrush, it gives that kind of like glowy kind of look to everything. which I think is kind of cool, especially when you're doing a character like this that's like again not of our mortal coil. So, well now, now there it is. Now, do we go? This is the real question. Original? Wait, original? Wait, original? Overlaid. Let's do something I never do. We're going to go through and see if this overlay layer would look, how it would look if I did it with one of these other layers that I literally never use. Normal looks fucking weird, light looks fucking weird, screen looks weird, dodge looks weird, add looks weird, lighter color looks fucking weird, overlay looks okay. And again, for people that use this shit all the time, they probably know the applications for all of these, but I don't. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick with this skin tone, but I'm going to go over it one more time with something kind of muting it a little bit. Now it's going to turn into a three brush banger. We're going to go for a paintbrush. No, we're going to go for a paintbrush. Just a flat brush. I just pick a gray. Actually, I'll pick the background gray. And then I'm just going to go over it and see how it looks a little bit muted than what it is. I think we're just going to leave it. I think we're going to leave it the white. I think the white looks okay. I feel like it's missing something. Oh, her fucking. I didn't make her actual eyeballs white either. But I'm alright with that. I think that's fine. I'm going to add just one other piece of little flare. Turn this into a normal layer. Should her eyes... Oh, great. Why is it not... Oh, it's because it's not fucking white. It's stupid. Should her eyes be like white? I'm just gonna add like a little bit of like smokiness to it. Yeah, it looks better. Alright, fine. It's done. There's my stupid signatures inbound. There you go. Done. Um, dude. Yeah, I want to do that. I've been doing that lately, where it's just I just draw like one line of sort of like a weird. It's not even a reflection, but it's like a weird sort of highlight line. I don't know why I've been doing it. I just think it looks neat. We're gonna put one of those in there. It always looks like an M. It's unfortunate that my name isn't an M. Yeah, I like that. All right, that's it. That is the drawing. So now it's dinner time. Thanks for watching, and if you like this, tell your friends, get more people to watch this shit, please. Like me on, let's see, like me on Twitch, like me on YouTube, like me on, I just started a TikTok, like me on Facebook. All of these are Art of El Topo. It's all about branding. Everything is Art of El Topo. Instagram is the only thing that's not. Instagram is El Topo XL, which, oh yeah, you Um, Thank you all very much. This was Death, and please, contact me if you want me to do anything specific, or if you have any ideas for what I should do to spice up the stream. Still learning. This is what the my fifth time doing this. Technically, like six or seven, because I had to start this thing twice. But yeah, this is like my fifth day doing this, so I'm getting there. But thank you very much, and I'll see you later. Oh wait, hold on, ending screen.